Hi class. Okay, now it's time to create your paperboard carrier. Now keep in mind the description of this particular carrier. This carrier should be a one-piece folding paperboard carton. One piece. Okay, so it's created flat and every detail is accounted for. The front, the back, the sides, the handle area, the bottom, etc. on the one-piece digital template. The digital template is created in Illustrator so that you have control over it, so that you can alter it creatively. Okay? So make sure that you are mindful of the deadlines and the deliverable dates. Okay? Because you must allow yourself time for revisions. It's critical. This assignment is tricky, and so I've created a quick video for you to help you move along and to address some of the common problems with regards to this particular part of the project. Again, be mindful of the deliverable. You are expected to present a multi-page PDF to include a blank digital template of the multi-unit carrier to size, altered creatively in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, if that's challenging for you, it's fine if you simply manage to create the digital template. If it's standard, that still works. The same template, actual size, constructed out of paperboard, blank, no graphics attached, and several photographs of this structure with and without bottles. The bottles from the last assignment are already labeled, and it's important that they're labeled when you insert the bottles so that you can tell how the carrier template lines up with the graphics attached to the bottles. So make sure that you follow the steps to success, every single one of them. Check them off along the way, as it will really help you to be successful on this project. Okay? A couple of things you can do to help make sure you're successful. One, purchase a paperboard carrier, a 4-pack, a 6-pack, something similar to the one you're creating. Break it down, open it up, and study it. How does it fold? How does it come together? Where are the glue lines, etc.? You could even take a piece of paper and fold it up and create a little miniature just to make sure you understand where the cuts, where the folds are, etc. That's really helpful along the way. So now, let me take some time to show you some examples. This is one student's presentation for this exact assignment. Here's her digital die line, her template, her pattern. Okay, she's indicated where the windows will be cut. She's shown the fold lines, the cut lines, the bottom flaps, the top flaps, the handle area, etc. She put it together and she held it together in a temporary manner with some paper clips, which is totally fine. She inserted the bottles for size to make sure that the carrier walls are not too tall or too short, that the bottles fit snugly. Now, what she probably came up with is that the window is too large. It doesn't allow for any really big graphics, therefore making it difficult to brand this carrier. The window itself probably doesn't need to be any higher than this, and it's probably a bit low here, which might make the bottles slip right out. So she probably can arrange the window so that it is right above the logo and right below the flavor. That's probably the perfect size window. And how would she know that if she didn't try it out and make one prototype? However, I do suggest that you get yourself quite a few sheets of paperboard to allow for trial and error. Now, for this one, the student has presented a key, and that is really helpful, indicating where the fold lines are and where the cut lines are. He's created a map, so to speak, of the carrier, and she's done an extremely nice job. Then she's taken it a step further and shown what the pattern looks like on the paperboard. Then she's constructed the carrier, and now she can tell little things like, is the handle centered or off center? How does the seam area line up? Do the bottles fit? Etc. This is a great presentation. She's showing us every side of the carrier and how the bottles fit. That's when you can make your determination if this is the right template die line pattern for you. This student created a die line and indicated that he wanted the handle holes to be cut out separately. That actually didn't work, and you will see later that he opted for a regular handle hole. Why? Because everybody's fingers are different sizes. But how would he know unless he tried? So he tried it out, and he's given examples of exactly how he put this thing together. How do you print out a pattern for your carrier? Well, you print it out using the tiling feature, T-I-L-I-N-G, the tiling feature in Illustrator. That's how you print out an oversized document. Make sure that you have created about a 1/2 inch overlap so that you can glue it or tape it together. Then you place this pattern on top of your paperboard and cut it out accordingly. Here, he's shown how his jars are going to fit. And again, he did not allow much room for the graphics. Now, this paperboard carrier is an opportunity to showcase your logo. It's a big billboard, so you don't want to cut out the entire billboard. Instead, you might leave this piece solid so that you can showcase a very large and prominent logo. That will really be effective in branding your product. Now, this student, it would be helpful if there was a key to show us that the dashed lines are the fold lines and the solid lines are the cut lines. The carrier came together nicely. It's well constructed. And as we can see, the bottles fit. What are we looking for? We're wondering, is the handle area functional? Can my hand fit in it? Can the average hand fit in it? Do the bottles fit snugly? Are the walls too tall or too short? Is it structurally sound? Another example, this is a 3-pack carrier. The structure came together quite nice. The window area still allows for a very large logo and showcases the product nicely. The handle area, functional. It came together very nice. Here's a unique approach. Again, this student included a key, which again, I think is very important and would be required in the industry. Now, this cutout probably won't work. It's a complicated die cut, and I wouldn't suggest a complicated die cut for this project. And incidentally, this student opted to get rid of this particular die cut because it was really only indicative of one of the flavors in her 4-pack. She even included her inspiration. This is a very nice presentation. This is client ready. She showed what doesn't work. So that shows that she did some trial and error. She allowed herself plenty of time for trial and error. Then she included what does work. The fact that there is a lot of surface area allows plenty of space for graphics and necessary information to display product details. Very nice touch. She tried this one, showcasing just one product. She decided it didn't work. Now this is the final prototype. She tried out the chili, and quite frankly, if all 4 products were chili flavored, then maybe it would work. As you can see, she's very good with the X-Acto. She cut it out clean, smooth, perfectly. She tried the bottles. They fit. The handle area is functional. This carrier worked out perfectly. Very nice presentation. This student presented her die line, her pattern, with measurements, cut lines, fold lines. Dash lines are always for fold. Solid lines are always for cut. And then her handle area. It's a unique structure. Does it work? Well, the jars fit. The handle is not functional, right? Because this area is too wide. All she really needs to do, cut that area down. Is it okay with her that the structure walls come all the way up to the caps? Or does she want them a little lower? Now's the time to decide. She's accommodated for the seam area. And note that when you design your graphics, you must accommodate the seam area. You can't just place a panel of graphics across this whole square. The graphics must tuck into the seam area. And that will be explained to you on the next assignment. But your graphics on each side of the seam area must be independent. Very nice job. So hopefully that's helpful for you moving forward, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Thanks, class.